Yeah, sometimes, when I do that little pre-show smoke, I also just take a shit real quick, too, right before the show, just to make sure I'm all cleared and weightless right before everything goes on.
You do know that I unmuted you, so talking about your own personal pre-show shit is not what I was expecting when I told you we're unmuted.
Oh. You just said... okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lesser States of Discord podcast, I guess, thing. We don't really put this anywhere else other than YouTube. Coming at you live.
It's a pre-show anyway.
Yeah. Pre-show. Pre-shit for a pre-show. Alright. Any Discord... any Discord news?
Apparently there was a bug with the music bot, so if you find any issues with the music bot in the near future, just let us know. It's probably not much we can actually do about it, but at least we'll know.
Well, no, and there are some tips and tricks and trying to trick the bot into work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, this episode brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon. For all you hipsters out there.
God damn it, James. What did I tell you about getting into fucking sponsorships without talk? Why is it all black on the thing? It's not showing anything. That's fucking weird. Is there even any sound? Sponsorships without talking.
I see things. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I'm having issues apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I can turn it up and have the sound feedback through my microphone.
No, I've got the sound. I've got weird shit going on my end. I don't know. Try and figure it out.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, all I'm getting is a black screen, so hopefully everyone else can see shit.
Yeah, I can see shit on my phone. So, as long as you can bring up the articles.
Yeah, I can bring up the articles, but that just means that it's weird. It's weird stuff. Alright. So, I guess we're moving on to our first article. About our sponsor that he didn't talk to me about, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's not really a sponsor, and I'm not drinking PBR, guys. I don't drink that piss. I'm drinking Rolling Rock.
So you pissed in a can and are drinking that, are you?
No. I don't drink PBR. I drink Rolling Rock.
Like I said.
It's the best cheap beer on the market.
Shit.
Give me a break.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah. God fucking
be a show without technical difficulties.
Oh, that was not a technical difficulty. I forgot to take the big ass speaker off the back of my phone before checking the stream.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start with the first article. This comes from NPR, surprisingly enough. Pabst Blue Ribbon gets a reprieve. Will continue to be brewed by Miller Coors. Very snazzy. Why they have Japanese Pabst, I don't know. In that picture there. Pabst Brewing and Miller Coors have ended a legal dispute that had put the fate of Pabst Blue Ribbon, Schlitz, and other blue-collar beers in doubt, reaching a settlement as a jury considered their case. Topical. Under the deal, Miller Coors will continue to brew the beers under contract for Pabst. Miller Coors have been trying to terminate the 20-year arrangement when the current contract runs out 2 years from now, but Pabst balked at that idea, saying the contract includes options for an extension. The company filed suit, daunted by the task of keeping PBR, Schlitz, and Old Milwaukee and Colt 45. Ugh. And other beers in the market without Miller Coors brewing them. Oh, Colt 45. Ugh. Old Milwaukee. Ugh. Schlitz. Ugh.
You know,
PBR. I'll deal
funny
with it.
thing. When I was in boot camp, those were the cologne names. Mad Dog
Really?
was a cologne. Colt 45 was a cologne. Well, we say cologne. It's nothing of the sort, and in boot camp we called it smell good. Again, nothing of the sort.
Mm. Colt 45. 2G6. Only reason why I like Colt 45 is because of that song. And I only like the sound of it in that song. Uh, Details of the deal were not released in separate statements. Both parties described it as an amicable end to the case that was first filed in March 2016. Oh, another fun thing about PBR. There's a place, a neighborhood over from me, where you can play like old school Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis and original Nintendo and shit. And they sell PBR for like
Hi, Eddie.
$4 a pint. Not a pint. Sorry, $4 a pitcher. My bad.
That
So
still
you can
seems
get.
like a lot.
It might be $3. It's been a while since I've been there. But you can just sit there and play old school video games all day and just drink pitchers of beer. It's great. You won't even get drunk because it's PBR. Um, Hold on one second. I need to probably pull up the.
Tecate. Fucking Eddie.
Well, I have it on my phone, but it's just so far away. Okay. Doing the thing.
Do the thing with the stuff and leave me out of it.
Never. I'm a partner in crime.
God damn, why am I your partner in crime? Why do I agree to let you drag me into this shit?
You chose to take over for Rimshee. It's your own doing.
I did not take over for myself.
Sorry, you chose to take over for Waffle. It's your own doing. See, this is what like a week of sobriety does to me. Can't even talk straight.
You're not sober, don't lie.
Straight. I was sober, not anymore.
You're still drunk. Shut up. Oh, I think I need to get drunk.
Yeah. Details of the deal were not released. In separate statements, both put out. Sorry, I already read that. In the clash, Miller Coors said it no longer made financial sense to brew for Pabst. In its suit, Pabst and Miller Coors was essentially trying to put it out of business.
I got a quick question for you. 12 years old or 18-year-old scotch? I'm not breaking into my 21.
Yeah, what's the brand?
12-year Macallan or 18-year-old Glenfiddich?
Ooh, I'd go with the 12 since it's just a pre-show night. Save your 18 for a better night.
I've got 21 that I saved for the good reasons.
Oh, okay. So,
but I'm still going with the 12.
Yeah. I like it. Hey, no, Addie, I'm not going to drink Tecate. God damn. I'll drink Rollin' Rock, like I've been drinking Rollin' Rock. Tecate is not better. Despite its name, Pabst Brewing does not brew most of the beer it sells. Really, the way to think about them. Surprise, surprise.
Given the reason for this article, no shit.
Hey, PBR is making a killing on the West Coast with all the hipsters.
Yeah, but the fact that they don't brew it themselves when this is an article about the fact that Pabst and what is it, Bud Light or Miller's or whoever the fuck they are in an argument over who's actually gonna brew the beer.
Well, you have to give Pabst like some No. That's Coors, Addy. That's Coors. That's Coors Light or Bud Light, or even worse, Bud Light Wine.
You know, then it's a good thing he doesn't have a wife or a car.
Yeah, and I don't like Buck Cherry. See, I'm breaking all your stereotypes, Addy. I'm breaking the conditioning.
I agree with you, Addy.
Fuck off. Would you rather I drink Rainier? Mm. Oh, thank you. All right.
I need this scotch. I've got work tomorrow and maybe Sunday. But it's double time, so I'm not that upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I do have to say, like, Pabst has some balls for, like, keeping Blue Ribbon as the name of their beer for the last, like, 100 years. No, Addy. Addy, do you just want to be on the show? Since you're just blowing up the chat?
Well, technically the only audience we have is Addy, so do we really want to lose that?
Yeah. Really, the way to think about them, it's more as a... Addy. Are we friends on here, Addy? Yes, we are.
You go suck her dick, Jables. Addy! Not on here yet. There. No. Yes, no, yes, no.
No, it's ringing.
It's just ringing. And there we go. Addy?
Yeah. Addy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey.
No.
Oh, fuck. So, okay, Jables, please.
Shoot me, hey, Addy, shoot me a, whatever image you want me to use up on screen for you. DM it to me.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and talk while you're doing it. I'm not trying to stop you from doing anything, just that way people can actually see you.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Just because you want to choke on it, Jables.
No. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading this article for a little bit. Really, the way to think about them is more as a beer marketing company, as Matthew Weinberg, an economics professor at Ohio, blah, blah, blah. In addition to national labels such as PBR, the case raised the threat that Pabst would no longer be able to keep long-time regional beers flowing at their local markets. The company's portfolio ranges from Pabst Brewing to Lone Star in Texas and Olympia in Washington State. Olympia beer is garbage. Oh, they're talking about Natty Ice too. Oh god, I can't keep reading this article.
Just keep going.
It's gross.
You're the one who wanted to punish yourself.
For example, the Baltimore Sun's coverage ran under the headline, "It's Natty Bo at risk. Is Natty Bo at risk of extinction?" Those have been put to rest. And by the way, vodka is for bitches that don't drink real hard alcohol.
That's not entirely true.
If I bought, like, quality booze that was, like, actually halfway decent and tasted good, I I would not be able to support my drinking habit with my current income.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
that's why I don't have a drinking habit. In fact, here,
That's it.
funny fact. I was looking at right before we went on the fact that we're like a minute late to start. I was looking up the kind of scotch that I want to get, and I'm looking up the price of a Macallan 25-year scotch, priced at $999.90.
Yeah, I drank with Rimshee. He had one.
Yeah, but is is $900 junk really better than like $7 junk?
Oh God, yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Hands
100%.
down. Hell, there's a difference. There's a difference in the taste between 21-year Macallan and 25-year Macallan. Massive difference.
Yeah. Did you know if you run your vodka through a Brita filter, it actually makes it better?
That's bullshit.
Fun fact. It's been proven to be true. Mythbusters did it.
Yeah, Mythbusters showed that your average everyday fool can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Well, that was more with wine.
But no, that with vodka, the professional tester could.
Yeah. Ah. With wine, though, nobody fucking knows. Sommeliers are a bunch of garbage. That's right, I said it. Any sommeliers in the audience? No, I don't think so.
Oh, by the way, Q, I don't drink straight vodka. I mix it with soda because
You're not a pedant.
I'm not that sad and desperate yet.
I am. I'm going to pick up some whiskey tomorrow.
That whiskey doesn't make you sad or desperate.
No, but I am sad and desperate enough to just finish off a bottle of whiskey real quick. Just need to wait till tomorrow until I can get it.
But Jables, yes, to answer your previous question, we are friends even if you drink shit.
Okay. Here's the thing. You want me to defend Rolling Rock? It is the best cheap beer.
Wrong?
Right?
Wrong.
That's right. What's better? Not Tecate. It's about the same.
I'll give you that Ducati's not better. I prefer it over Rolling Rock, but if you want to talk about things that are in about the right price range, if you're on the West Coast, you need to be drinking Pacifico.
No.
Yes, you absolutely do. It is the best cheap beer that's ever been made. You can get it here on
No,
the
it's
East
not.
Coast through like a distributor, but it costs a little bit more.
No, but it's not the best cheap beer ever
Holy
made.
fuck.
It's surprisingly a lot more expensive than the other cheap beers.
Here's the thing, if you're that sad that you can't afford a 6-pack of
Oh, I can, but if I'm going to get Pacifico, I'm going to spend the extra $2 to get like a really good beer, as opposed to getting Pacifico.
I would argue that I consider Pacifico a pretty tasty beer.
It's okay.
You're okay.
Thanks.
So,
Not even Rimshee says that.
I don't say that because it's not true.
Pretty fucking far from okay.
So I haven't caught a lot of these shows, so I kind of this is maybe a behind the scenes question, but I used to be a DJ at my local college's radio station, and I just want to make sure, like, are we like a show, or do we just get on here and like fuck around?
Yes and no.
Gotcha.
Yes and no and no.
So basically the same thing. Okay.
I mean, we have a loose format that we follow, but yeah, it's pretty much whatever the fuck happens. There's no script.
We
Gotcha.
have news articles in line for shits and gigs.
We usually don't read them.
Yeah, like this one, I'm done reading it. I got all the information I wanted. The rest is just fluff. Past Blue Ribbon is still going to keep going. Be happy, hipsters.
Yeah, the next one, the next story we have lined up is a YouTube story.
Real quick though, real quick before we go on to that, I did want to add one thing to Jable's comment about. I think it was Jables that said it. That said, like you have to applaud the balls that PBR has to call themselves Blue Ribbon for 100 some odd years. I would say yeah, really, because that's kind of like, well, that's kind of indicative of the brand, because like the people that drink PBR, I think, are the same kind of people that would get like a blue medal at the science fair when they're in 4th grade and carry that as a crowning achievement through the whole adult life.
Yeah. yeah. Well, it's maybe spelling bee. Maybe not science fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
you know, as a quick thing, of the 50 top priced whiskeys, what do you think Macallan 25 year, which I mentioned is $1,000 pretty much, where do you think that falls on the highest priced whiskeys?
It's cheap as fuck.
It's not even number 50.
Yeah.
Christ, I mean, no, I don't really drink whiskey. I don't not like whiskey. I just don't buy it.
Yeah. It's I don't know, the really good shit is really fucking good. Really fucking expensive.
Yeah.
There is but one thing you should look at is you should look into the distilleries, because a lot of the whiskey distilleries, they rotate their barrels around, and that's how they get all their different flavors and stuff like that. So look into where the distilleries are getting their barrels from and stuff, because they might get their barrels from Johnny Walker and then distill their stuff in those barrels that already had Johnny Walker distilled in them. Shit. The whiskey world is a weird world.
Yeah, the second most expensive whiskey is the Macallan Liqueur 62-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey, Speyside in the Highlands, for a max price of $47,285 US.
I can afford that. That's fine.
Averaging at $30,439 US. That's the second most expensive.
If I win the lottery, I'm going to buy a bottle of that. Just for shits and gigs. And I'll share it with you, Rimshee.
Oh, God.
You spill a fucking drop, though.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't know what the cost is gonna be, but that's gonna be fucking delicious stuff.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, I know what it's gonna be in dollar price, but I don't know what you're gonna require for it. All right, shall we move on to the next one about YouTube?
Oh, if I win the lottery, I'll share it with you for free. Just spill it.
You kidding? What do you mean? Don't spill any. There wouldn't be a drop left in that glass.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta drink it properly. Proper scotch, splash of water.
Yeah, what do you think I do?
I know.
Alright, let's move on to YouTube bullshit. YouTube expands its Instagram-style stories to more creators.
Yeah. This is the stupidest fucking thing YouTube has done.
Well, I mean, if they're going to have stories...
This is the third stupidest thing YouTube has ever done.
I mean, I don't really understand. I know, Billy D kind of touched like last night, but like I don't really get the concept. It's like a shorter YouTube video.
It's not even a video.
Like what? I don't even know what like an Instagram story is. What the fuck?
It's a collection of pictures and short videos and shit.
I'm so
You just
fucking
kinda
out
play
of
through.
touch. I'm 35, and what is this?
Let's read on and see if we can figure this out.
No, I'd like to speculate over the headline like everybody else.
Fuck the facts. Headlines are all that matters. They give you all the information you need, right?
Every 35-year-old yells at Cloud.
All right. YouTube is rolling out its Instagram-style stories feature to more creators starting today, according to a report from The Verge. Oh, there's a period there. Anyway, the latest expansion of the feature, which YouTube first started testing last year, will allow creators with more than 10,000 subscribers to post the temporary videos. What?
So they are
They are
temporary
videos, but they are temporary. YouTube's version of stories have some notable differences from the Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat feature that came before it. For one, YouTube story.
Oh god, I wish Snapchat was a thing.
What?
Snapchat is a thing.
Snaptrap.
Oh, Snaptrap.
Snapchat. No, that's just still Snapchat.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not that funny, and I am derailing everything.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
That was
I'm
good.
completely sober right now. That's the fucking problem. I'm totally fucking sober right now. That's the.
No, you're fine. It's perfect. Don't worry about it.
For one, YouTube stories are viewable for 7 days rather than just 24 hours. The videos can be watched by both channel subscribers and non-subscribers and will appear in the Up Next sidebar that queues up related content to play after you finish a video. Viewers can react and comment on the stories, and creators can respond to these messages. Those interactions can be seen by anyone who views the story. So
This sounds like the stupidest shit ever.
Yeah.
So when I first heard temporary video, like the first thing that popped in my head was like, oh, so like any YouTube video that isn't like a family-friendly, like finger family fucking.
Yeah.
One way or another, someone will find something wrong with it and it'll be demonetized or deleted from the fucking platform.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bro,
let's
YouTube
not fix the algorithm. Let's just introduce a new feature that nobody wants. Because there's already 3 other fucking places that do it.
Oh god, we only have one more paragraph and I'm not sure I want to read it.
Oh, do it.
YouTube Stories, first called Reels when they were introduced last year, had received a mixed response from the YouTube community thus far. While some creators have made use of the feature, other major presences on the platform have expressed reservations about the feature and have been slow to adopt it. With more YouTubers gaining access to it, there's a chance that some may find interesting ways to use stories that will make it a staple of the site. Nope. It's fitting for YouTube to try to crib off Instagram. Is that fucking English?
I mean, to be fair,
no.
like the whole statement about how like a lot of people were slow to take to it and like not really wanting to use it. I think that's more like the only people that did use it were like featured partners that had some kind of tie to the company who were like, hey,
we're gonna use this, yeah.
Try to push this on your channel, see if you can get any steam going. We worked real hard on it.
Is it bad that the worst part about this entire article, like I don't care about Facebook stories, or YouTube stories, I think it's stupid as shit. But the thing that pisses me off the most about this, crib off Instagram. What the fuck is crib off mean?
Oh, to crib off of something means to just bite their style, to like, it's a popular hot thing, let's totally steal that.
I'm having a fucking boomer moment.
Man, I thought I was pretty in on Black Twitter, but apparently not.
I'm having a boomer moment, apparently. Holy shit.
Both of us are.
I would I would like to interject, Jables. I'm not in on Black Twitter. Black Twitter is.
Is it on you? You mean just in you?
Yeah, you kind of pick a couple things up, you know.
Well,
Not an STD joke, not an STD.
There's a lot of information in semen. I get it.
okay, so effectively, this last line is saying that it's fitting that YouTube's trying to rip off Instagram because Instagram ripped them off by launching IGTV.
Okay, so are we just saying that any service that offers any kind of video hosting in any form is ripping off YouTube? That's a little.
Yeah. Just a
YouTube
little
may
bit.
be the best option out there, but you didn't fucking invent the idea.
And it's only... Well, actually, it kind of did.
Yeah, back with the original creators, up until Google bought it, it was pretty original. It was pretty much the first to just do purely
Wait, what?
video hosting. Anybody could post.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I guess I was kind of lumping Newgrounds in with that because of all the animators I used to follow.
Well, Newgrounds had some very specific things that you had to go through.
Yeah, and it was more like a Flash kind of hosting site, less like a video thing, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. You got me.
Newgrounds.
I'm a terrible fucking designer.
But beyond that, I agree with your sentiment.
Yeah, I think the only one that will be able to compete is BitChute. There just needs to be more people that join BitChute.
Yeah.
Because that's how BitChute runs, is from people being joined, and then it uses a little bit of your hardware to make it server.
Yeah. Well, speaking of origin stories, that was...
Wow. That's a terrible segue.
Well, we were talking about
But sure, why not?
We were talking about the origin of how YouTube was the original video hosting site of its type.
Yeah.
Now we'll talk. Now we'll go even further back and talk about the human origin story.
It's
if the thing will fucking switch. There we go.
Checkmate, atheist. Your science keeps changing.
The human origin story has changed again, thanks to discovery in Algeria. Well, a new discovery in Algeria. And they're holding up... What is it with this rock?
Apparently it was carved or something. Keep reading.
No, you fucking idiot. We were descended from rocks. Moron.
Oh, that's right. People came from rocks. Fuck. Wait, no, that's Christianity. Came from dirt.
Yeah.
That's just about any religion, if we're honest.
Oh, we came from dirt. White people came from sand.
Yeah, Christianity says that man was carved from mud and woman was carved from his rib.
Anyway.
The discovery of 2.4 million year old stone tools and butchered bones at a site in Algeria suggest our distant hominid relatives spread into the northern region of Africa far earlier than archaeologists assumed. The find adds credence to the newly emerging suggestion that ancient hominids lived and evolved outside a supposed Garden of Eden in East Africa.
Oh, shit.
Checkmate, atheists.
All I'm gonna say is I don't really care about whatever pertinent scientific discoveries have been found about the origin of man in this article. I would just like to thank it for giving me yet another great metal band name. Butchered Bones? That's fucking rough, man.
That actually is. That's pretty metal. This
old stone tool, and these are my butchered bones. Never
mind. This extraordinary discovery can be traced back to 2006, when Muhammad Sanoni,
Sanumi?
the lead author of the new study and an archaeologist at Spain's National Research Center for Human Evolution, found some intriguing artifacts at a site called Ain. I'm not even going to try continuing to read that. That's just fucking bullshit. In northern Algeria, near the city of... I'm not reading that.
My God, you're culturally intolerant.
El Ulma. Uma. Uma? Ulma.
At least give it a shot, you racist.
You fucking bigot.
I'm not racist, I'm languageist.
You're a linguist.
Yes. No. I'm a language bigot. These items... Oh, shit, we just created another bigotry for the left to bitch about.
Shh, nobody watches the show, we'll be fine.
These items were embedded in a sedimentary layer exposed by a deep ravine. 2 years later, that person found another layer at the site, one even older. From 2009 until 2016, his team meticulously worked at that location, uncovering a trove of stone tools and butchered animal remains. There's a picture. And I don't know if that's a hijab or them just trying to keep the sun off their head.
Well, if Waffle was here, he'd be able to tell us.
Wait, Mark, what?
He says, I wonder if y'all have heard about the Uni of Colorado banning the saying "long time no see."
Yeah, I have
Why?
seen that. Because it's offensive to blind people.
I'm gonna use that. If I ever end up in Colorado, I want to figure out which university that is. I want to go there, and I want to say that to everyone.
That has
Well, you can join me in a
fucking
well.
drug.
I'm going to a convention like this spring near that university. If you want to join me.
I can't. I got a wedding to go to, and then another wedding to go to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Flat Earth Convention is this spring. Near that university.
I am pulling you out of that somehow. We will figure out a way to get you free of the flat earthers. Holy shit.
What the?
It's just so much fun.
We're moving on. Holy fuck, Jables.
Offensive to blind people.
Yeah, it's offensive to blind people because they can't see. So it's like long time no see. It's like no shit. I haven't been able to see since I was born.
Mark says, according to the article I saw, it was racist against peoples from the Orient. Isn't saying peoples from the Orient is racist? What the fuck?
I hope that's a direct
Oh
quote.
no, it's because I got the squinty eyes.
I don't care about this article anymore.
Yeah, that's way too much fun. Yeah, they found a thing. They found evidence that that human beings were like butchering and carving animals and like making stone tools and shit. That's the basic summary. Long before we actually thought they were, which is a pretty good discovery. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who fucking cares about the origin of the species, really?
I mean, it's interesting, but it's
Did
not
you
something...
Did you hear that Logan Paul is a flat earther?
Yes.
Flat earthers don't want Logan Paul.
That is more important than the origin of
No,
the
they
species.
did. They did. Made a big old announcement at one of their conventions. He was a flat earther.
He's an
Yep.
idiot, and we already knew that. This is just more evidence.
Mark, what?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
sounds about right.
Oh my god.
Well, let's go from the past to the present, shall we?
Wait, hold on.
Sure.
Shouldn't it also be anti-stoner? Because they get really squinty eyes too.
I mean, if I take off my glasses, I have to do the squinty eye thing. Am I culturally appropriating my eyesight from it?
I have naturally squinty eyes.
Holy fuck.
Pretty sure I'm part Asian.
Oh, funny story. My cousin, when he was young, looked like a Chinese baby. So whenever my aunt would bring him around to people, they'd be like, "Oh, is his dad Chinese?"
Oh no.
And this is gonna
Yeah.
sound like a non sequitur, but there were jokes going around that my mom was sleeping with the mailman, but the mailman was a Chinese man. And so we've recently been making jokes that no, my mom and my aunt switched mailman. That's why my cousin looked Chinese.
Oh my god. Jables,
What?
you said you thought you might be part Chinese or part.
I said Asian in general, not necessarily Chinese.
Well,
Rimshee, I'll show you a picture of me when I was a little kid.
hey, Jables. Which part of you is possibly a...
The penis. I've seen it.
No, god damn it.
Never mind.
Just the eyes. Just the eyes. Fuck.
Oh, and a different cousin actually has an Asian mom, and but her dad's Italian. And so
that's a weird combo.
Yeah, it is a weird combo. I'm not gonna get more into it, but she'll make jokes all the time, like, I got the boobs from my dad, I got the ass from my mom, because she's big chested and small assed.
Just do squats, babe.
My first ever boyfriend, he was half black on his dad's side and half Korean on his mom's side.
Holy shit, this article on the side. Infected zombie spiders forced to build incubation chambers for their parasitic overlords.
Oh yeah, that's the whole, the emerald wasp thing?
I haven't heard about that one.
No, I think the emerald, doesn't the emerald wasp, paralyze them and then lay the eggs in the spider?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not fucking surprised, though.
Wow, it's already been, like, 45 minutes, and we're only on, like, the third article.
You brought me on. I fucking...
No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, the rest of the articles aren't that, like, we... Look at the rest of the articles, Richie. Nothing too fantastic, other than a follow-up on an article we did last week.
Yeah, a follow-up, which is our next article, and then there's two that we wanted to talk about.
You brought me on before I got any alcohol in me. I am not funny when I'm sober.
You're funny when you're sober.
You have never interacted with me when I'm sober.
We have been.
You're not sober now. Shut up.
Anyway.
Yeah. Rimshee doesn't believe anybody else is sober, ever.
That's because I'm used to you. I learned it from you!
I'm sober sometimes.
The even weirder part about that is that I'm older than him.
You're older than me?
Yeah.
I thought I was older than you.
No. I'm 30. I had to think about that.
You're 30? Shit.
Yeah, I just turned 30.
Maybe.
Explains a lot.
Why I'm a boomer?
I didn't say it.
Fuck you.
So on the subject of the whole boomer thing, like, people have been calling me a boomer lately. I don't know if it's because it's a meme right now, but, like, some people tell me that because I was born in '83, that puts me in the first generation of millennials, but everyone my age tells me that I'm actually a Gen Xer. What?
That's because you guys are embarrassed. No, they extended the millennial thing. You're a millennial, technically.
I mean, I don't give a fuck either way, but I'm just confused because everyone's like, "Oh no, you're in Gen X. Stop saying that you're." I'm like, I don't.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, let's look this up real quick. Millennial time frame. Oh boy.
While you're doing that, you can go do your thing.
You go ahead and do the thing.
Okay, the years for millennial by definition of the generation, which ranges from 1981 to 1997, according to Wikipedia.
Huh.
Because that's never gonna be wrong. Wikipedia is always right. So if you're 5 years older than me, yeah, you're still in the millennial group, technically. But who knows if what the extensions and all that bullshit were. Yeah.
Well.
But yeah,
we're younger.
we're right in that beginning section. I'm probably more in the thick of it. Oh, I'm definitely more in the thick of it. But I guess by my mentality, I'm one of the I fall more in line with your era.
Yeah, I mean, the only like stigma I guess that comes with being called a millennial is that you get lumped in with all these college kids that are crying about microaggressions and shit.
Yeah.
But frankly, I've never been one to give a shit about labels.
Y2K and W. I'd love to be in the THICC thick of it. Wait, what?
I bet you would.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, like the only labels that like really fucking matter to me are my pronouns, which are monster truck self.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Please refer to me as a USHRA 1980s era full-blown tube chassis space frame twin V8 fire-breathing monster truck. Thank you.
Do you have
You fucking
a
shitlord.
Show me your tailpipe.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la.
What's under that hood?
Ooh, BB.
Oh, I think now is a good time to move on to talk about our follow-up from last week.
Yeah. It was a success!
Yeah! Flawless, even! Go ahead and read it, James.
Yeah. Well, flawless. NASA craft lands on Mars after perilous journey. Cape Canaveral NASA spacecraft designed to drill down into Mars' interior landed on the planet Monday after a perilous supersonic plunge through its red skies, setting off jubilation among scientists who had waited in white-knuckled suspense for confirmation to arrive across 100 million miles of space. This is somebody that wanted to write a book but got stuck writing articles. Oh, man.
That's a sexually charged fucking intro. Holy shit.
Flight controllers.
Knuckle, surge of jubilation, drill, tearing through the red, plunging. Jesus fucking Christ. You got fucking, like incels working at SF Gate? Jesus fucking Christ.
No, I think it's just somebody that wanted to write a book, but ended up getting stuck writing news articles instead. Flight controllers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, leaped out of their chairs, screaming, dancing, and hugging, upon learning that InSight had arrived on Mars, the graveyard for a multitude of previous missions. Touchdown confirmed. A flight controller called out just before 3 p.m. Eastern Time, instantly dispelling the anxiety that had gripped the control room as the spacecraft made its 6-minute descent.
I gotta say, this writing style is refreshing.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a typo.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was giving it shit for being kind of like having like these like repressed sexual undertones, but it's actually pretty eloquent.
Yeah.
It's fun to listen to and to read.
It's almost like the person who wrote this is like a new writer trying to break into the field of journalism, and they haven't yet been completely jaded and destroyed by having to write clickbait articles about whatever Cardi B is fucking doing this.
Oh god,
Yeah.
I hope they never
It's
get
like
jaded.
they-
I want their innocence to be maintained. I love this.
It's like
So far.
don't give a fuck or something.
This is awesome.
Yeah, kind of goes back to something that was a bit of a mantra with my group of friends growing up. As we kind of all started gravitating away from like our punk and our goth phase, and we starting to grow up and like head on to like college and all that stuff, we all kind of adopted this attitude of like the most punk rock thing that you could do is try. Like everyone around us,
Oh yeah. Well,
like everyone around us is like dropping out and like becoming stoners and having kids at the age of 17 and shit, and we're just like, now we kind of want to make something of ourselves. And
Well,
like we're the minority all of a sudden. Like growing up in the late '90s, that like the most punk rock thing you could do was make something of yourself.
Yeah, that's the moral to the movie SLC Punk.
Exactly.
Yeah, my parents always raised me with the saying, "Being mature is knowing when and where to be immature."
Oh, of
Oh
course.
god, yeah. I don't know how some people think I'm mature, because I don't know a time when I am not immature to some degree.
Because they contrast you with me.
You know, yeah, having you as a comparison point is like the ultimate in cheat sheets.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really commentate too much on like when it's appropriate to be mature. I mean, I'm 35 and I still play dress up.
Yeah,
It's not dress
fine.
up. Don't under.
It's
Well,
dress
no,
up.
here,
I'm not.
no,
I'm not
it's
trans.
when it's when and where to be immature.
It's not dress up. It's drag. There's a difference.
Oh. I know a lot of people who would want to fight you right now, Rimshee. Transvestites and drag queens are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have to make the joke.
There's
I don't have any snappy comebacks. I'm sober. I can't fucking think of my. All right,
Drink
you guys
faster.
continue. You guys continue with the article. I need to get some fucking booze in me. I'll be right back.
I have been inspiring.
Woo. All right. And just to clarify, Touchdown confirmed. Last week we went over like everything that needed to happen in order for this landing to happen.
Perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly, or even semi-perfectly.
Apparently, it all worked out pretty well.
Yeah, virtually flawless. And also, if you go onto Twitter and you look at some of the people that worked on this project, they have some excellent pictures that they posted from Insight Landing, where you got like a really good, clear, full-color picture of a sunset on Mars. That image is fucking awesome. You should definitely look at that. All right. Because of the distance between Earth and Mars, it took 8 minutes for confirmation to arrive. Relayed by a pair of tiny satellites that had been trailing InSight throughout the 6-month, 300 million mile journey. By the way, tune in next week because I found a video of somebody trying to debunk that this actually happened.
And you're not including it this week? I guess that makes sense.
It just got posted today. I didn't have time to get to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And this website crashed on me after that.
I'll keep going.
Okay.
The two satellites not only transmitted the good news in almost real time, they also sent back InSight's first snapshots of Mars just 4.5 minutes after landing. The picture was speckled with dirt because the dust cover was still on the lander's camera, but the terrain around the spacecraft looked smooth and sandy with just one sizable rock visible. Pretty much what scientists have hoped for. Better photos are expected in the days ahead after the dust cover comes off. It was NASA's, indeed humanity's, 8th successful landing at Mars since the 1976 Viking probes, and the first in 6 years. NASA's Curiosity rover, which arrived in 2012, is still on the move on Mars. Flawless, declared JPL's chief engineer Rob Manning. This is what we really hoped and imagined in our mind's eye, he added. Sometimes things work out in your favor. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, presiding over his first Mars landing as the space agency's boss, said, "What an amazing day for our country." InSight, a $1 billion international project, includes a German mechanical mole that will burrow down 16 feet, or 5 meters, to measure Mars' internal heat. The lander also has a French seismometer for measuring quakes if they exist on our smaller, geologically calmer neighbor. Another experiment will calculate Mars' wobble to reveal the makeup of the planet's core. Interesting stuff.
That's actually fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like that fucking sentence alone just like reinvigorated my interest in like space exploration. Like for the last decade and a half, really, since like NASA kind of like went bankrupt or whatever and lost such kind of their support and all that.
They went tits up.
Yeah, like I was so jaded to the idea that like we're ever gonna make it out into space and we're gonna keep doing missions and stuff like that. And even though they're unmanned now, it's still like that's fucking cool, man. We got like different countries coming together and
you're gonna like our next article too, then.
Making cool fucking robots to drill into other fucking places. Though, let's be honest, they're probably drilling for oil.
Well, I'm just really glad that they didn't make the same mistake that I don't know, it was like 5 or 10 years ago or so, where scientists like they inputted all the calculations in meters, but they entered the distance in feet. So it just smashed into the planet.
It's funny how often human error is the reason shit goes wrong. And then it's also funny how many times the human reaction speed would save you.
Yeah, it's like, God, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Whose fucking job was it to punch in that calculation that day?
It was just like the last little bit, too. It was just like entering in the distance.
It's the only thing they had left to do that day. But it was also Bob's birthday in accounting, so they all wanted to get to the party.
Yeah, like that's not like whoops, I put Splenda in my boss's coffee instead of sugar. That's a fucking like a $62 million whoops.
Yeah.
Holy, like it's funny in retrospect, but holy shit.
Like I said, I'm just glad it went better than.
I'm just imagining like the moment it happened and they realized what happened, like the panic attack of the person that was in charge of that specific instruction.
No, I'm imagining everyone turning to look at him.
Yeah, Yeah.
You had
One
One
job!
one job.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god. I like what
Why-
Y2K just said. in
Yeah,
the
I was
chat.
just gonna
Yeah.
mention that. If 30 years ago you told someone that Mars would be inhabited entirely by robots, they'd have wondered what you were smoking. You're not
Oh,
wrong!
man.
You're not wrong!
Maybe
You know what they
we'll be
should
done
do?
to something with the Robotoids.
You know what they should have done? Is they should have taught Insight to sing Happy Birthday to the Mars rover. So it doesn't have to sing it to itself every year anymore.
That is simultaneously happy and sad.
Yeah,
Although the
whenever-
fact that we went through the process of figuring out the exact tones or
Yep.
the exact vibrations so that it can do that is a testament to the fact that we actually have emotional connections to these robots for some reason.
yeah, that it gave me hope that there's still like a little light of like innocence behind, like space exploration and all that. Like people are doing it because they genuinely love it, and that there are people there that clearly have like an emotional connection to the job. But at the same time, just the idea of this cute little Mars rover, just happy
Sing-
birthday to me.
It's simultaneously depressing and simultaneously depressing, and holy shit, does it restore some of my faith in humanity. I mean, those
Yeah.
are the people that you want working on these projects.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
people who
'cause they-
this is
'cause
a
they give a fuck,
passion
they might
of
be-
love. This is
They
Yeah.
might do some goofy shit, but it's all a lot of fun and love. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Just don't wear any.
Like I said last week, I have a buddy that him and his other buddy shot their pubes into space because they were sending up a case to see how different elements react to direct rays from the sun.
Wait, Y2K's got my attention right now in the chat. What?
No, I'm not familiar with that. DM me a link in the Discord.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to read about that.
Well, I think we've gotten to the point where we all understand this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's happening right now.
Should we've only got like 20 minutes left technically. Should we skip the next two and go straight to the Obama story?
Oh, I forgot we were doing that Obama
People are still
story.
talking about Obama?
Oh no, wait. Just wait. Just wait.
Oh, God.
Shall we?
Sure.
All right. Obama blasts Trump's use of tear gas on foreigners. Frankly, I would have used a drone strike. Keep in mind, this is from the Babylon Bee.
I've never
You're
heard
supposed to say that at the end.
It's right
I
there
mean-
in the shot, Jables.
I know, but you're not supposed to.
I'm gonna guess. I'm just guessing that that's a wildly out of context quote.
It's not even a quote.
No.
I'll go ahead and read it. Washington, D.C. Addressing a crowd at a lucrative speaking engagement Tuesday evening, former President Barack Obama slammed President Trump for... Barack Obama slammed President Trump... yeah, Barack Obama slammed President Trump for his inhumane use of tear gas at the border earlier this week, pointing out that a drone strike would have done the job much more efficiently.
Fact.
Obama ripped into Trump for using tear gas when a simple deadly drone strike would have sufficed. Whenever I had a problem with foreigners, I never turned to inhumane methods like tear gas. Instead, I just took them out with a well-placed Hellfire 2, he said, drawing cheers. It's a much cleaner, faster method of dealing with non-Americans, and even the occasional American citizen, he added. It's great. You just call it in and wham, bam, thank you MQ9 Reaper. No muss, no fuss. He said he added that while the Border Patrol did use tear gas fairly often during his term in office, it didn't count because the media wouldn't cover it. Obama grinned and winked at his audience, then dropped the microphone. The crowd then leaped to its feet to applaud the compassionate ex-commander-in-chief, weeping and yelling, "We miss you!"
Okay, I get it. This is like...
The Babylon Bee is satire.
Yeah.
Babylon Bee is a Christian satire. It's like a Christian onion.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, it's obviously like a Christian, like, spun parody kind of thing. I get it. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, my mom loves this website. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. She probably dropped out earlier with all the dick stuff we were talking about.
Oh man, no, that story was gold.
Yeah. That's fucking great.
Because it's honestly not that far off from the truth, which is the biggest thing about satire. It's usually not far from the truth.
Well, that's like a key to comedy in general. You know, there's a grain of truth in it. You may expound on it a little bit. But,
yeah, I don't want to get too into politics, but I will say that I voted this dude into office twice.
I only did it once.
Yeah, mainly on the promise that he was going to bring my brother back from Iraq, and he didn't.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of people voted for him.
Yeah. I'm sorry for any of the things that happened as a result of that, but...
I did it once.
That's fine. I voted for him, too.
Yeah.
I voted for him once. The second time, I did not.
Yeah.
But I was active duty at that time. The first time I was not. Yeah, for anyone who, at this point, doesn't know, I'm a jarhead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're an army family, so I guess I'm obligated to hate you?
You're not obligated to hate me. Your brother's obligated to make fun of me and me make fun of him. But the moment someone makes fun of him, I'm obligated to jump in and bite their head off, and vice versa. Well, someone who's not service.
Yeah.
It's a sibling thing, as you probably understand to some degree.
Oh, yeah. I actually tried to enter service 3 times myself. Well, the first time I didn't try. My dad was like...
You're doing this!
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're one of them there queers, huh? Well, maybe the military will straighten you out. Yeah, that didn't work, because don't ask, don't tell. I literally went to the recruiter and was like, before we even sit down, let me tell you something.
I'm gay! I like the D in my A!
Yeah, the second time I was drunk as fuck and I watched the shit out of some Top Gun and I was like, I want to be a Rio on a carrier.
It's funny you mentioned Top Gun.
Yeah. So, like, I passed my ASVAB, but I was rejected because my knees are bad and my eyesight is, like, super uneven. And then
super
a few years later... Super uneven.
Oh, okay. I heard onion.
Well, yeah. Like, my left eye is almost completely healthy, but my right eye is, like, riddled with the early signs of glaucoma.
How much weed do you smoke to cure that?
None. I stopped smoking the devil's lettuce when I was 27?
It's a good thing you're moving to Canada, then. You can get all the devil's lettuce you want.
But you know, I say it is kind of funny that you mentioned Top Gun because going through I'm what I was when I was active duty was a crew chief on a specific aircraft, a helicopter crew chief. Well, going through the training for that, the first school you go to after you get out of boot camp and MCT is the Water Survival School in Pensacola, Florida. Top Gun is a fucking staple. Like, no joke.
I imagine it would be, yeah.
No joke. You guarantee you, in that barracks, every single week, it was probably played at least 7 times. And that's assuming 1 per week. Or 1 per day. That's assuming that it was not played multiple times during one day. And then, what part of the thing is, you would get all your flight gear after graduation. Well, technically before graduation. After you completed all the prerequisites, but before the official ceremony and all that shit. You'd get all your flight gear, so you get your flight suits, your flight boots, your flight jacket, both the synthetic one and the nice leather one, because they do issue a sheep's leather bomber's jacket, and that's more.
Yes, I've always wanted one of those.
That's more tradition than anything. I still have mine. It's fucking amazing. It's warm as shit, but goddamn, it looks fucking glorious. I was half tempted to. If I had showed up to Seattle with Jables in the winter, I'd have been wearing that fucking thing. Not because I needed it, but because I could have worn it.
Yeah, and said like, oh hey, I actually earned this. Yeah, the third time I tried to enlist, a Air National Guard recruiter came to my trade school when I was there, and they were like, yeah, like you got all the makings of brain fart, sorry, of like a flight tech, maintaining like planes and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I've got a nose for engineering and I like turning wrenches and all that. So he suggested that I go to the flight school campus that was right across the parking lot. This is in Plattsburgh, New York, by the way. So like I went over there and I went to the ANG recruiter station and they were like, yeah, no, you're too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do
I was
that.
like
I think
I was like 28. They were like, yeah, you're too old.
Technically, you're not too old, but that could have just been an RSS standard that they wouldn't take anyone after a certain age. Because at least with the Marines, technically the cutoff is 29, but you can get a waiver if you're older than that. Just like technically the cutoff for the ASVAB score, which is, for anyone listening, that's effectively an IQ test that the military runs. You've got to get above I think it's a 32 in order, which just means that you're smarter than 32% of the population. So you're dumb as bricks, but you're smart enough to be able to take instructions.
Sorry, go ahead.
The base admission is a 32, not 32 IQ. It's out of 99. Y2K, it's out of 99, not not an IQ score. It's an IQ test, but the score is out of 99. You have to get at least, I think it's actually a 31. You got to get better than a 31. But there are some substations that won't accept you if you're below like a 60 or like a 50 or something else.
On that note,
I got a 90. I got an 89, so I'm smarter than 89% of the population. That's why I got aviation.
Got a big smart dance. Yeah, and what happened to that, Rimshee? You're smarter than almost 90% of the population. What happened there?
Gravity.
Yeah. Gravity from what?
I can't fight gravity, you bitch.
God damn it.
Yeah, but you can make sure you don't walk off your own fucking plane.
I didn't walk off a fucking aircraft. I tap dance.
So marginalized. God. So on the subject of like passing the ASVABs and like IQ and all that, I barely squeaked by on my Navy ASVAB, but I completely fucking failed like the physical part. But yeah, my brother actually told me a funny thing that U.S. Army backwards is actually an acronym, which stands for "Yes, my retarded ass signed up."
well, that's better than
Uncle Sam's
Marines.
misguided children.
That's better than Marines.
Children.
My ass rides in Navy equipment. Uncle Sam's
You know
misguided
what?
children.
Yeah.
Uncomplicated shit made complicated.
Question. Rimshee, are you subscribed to the YouTuber Angry Cops?
No, I'm not. I will look that up later.
Look him
Yeah, you
look
should
him up
look
as
up
soon as
Angry
you can.
Cops.
He's fucking amazing. He's a cop right now, and he's also
What do you mean right now?
well he was formerly like dedicated to the military, but now he's a cop. But he's also a drill sergeant, and he's funny as fuck. Oh my
The
god!
videos are really short. He got his growing on he gained his audience on Vine. Now he does YouTube. He's collabed with like Donut Operator and Sergeant Daniels and all those guys.
Yes, and yes, Y2K. I have a speech impediment, and I did say as bad. I meant to say as bad. I'm sorry.
Wait, so Rimshee, when
Yes,
he
the
walked
Kill House
off
video was great.
when he walked off that aircraft, were
I
you
didn't
trying to
walk
tap
off
dance,
the aircraft.
Like, were you trying? Oh, you were tap dancing off it. What was that?
No. I put my foot where I thought I could get some purchase. Shit gave way. I slid off. And I had the wherewithal to roll when I hit. It minimized the injury to just my ankles and foot.
Yeah. My brother's pissed that he didn't get a Purple Heart for his 2 tours of duty with Operation Iraqi Freedom.
I would envy him just to have been able to deploy. I do envy him for just having been able to deploy. I never got to deploy because I fell off the aircraft. I shattered my heel. I couldn't deploy. I'm fucking pissed about that.
Yeah. 2 things. One is that the reason he's pissed he didn't get a Purple Heart is because it was technically a non-combat injury, which he says very derisively and angrily, because they were playing baseball at their forward base, and he slid in the sand and ripped his forearm open on a big rock.
Oh, man. Yeah, but he was deployed. I guess they cracked down on that.
Yeah. The other thing is he's got a fucking badass picture of him. I got hacked off Facebook years and years ago, and I've been too lazy to make another account to go on. I just to download this picture he's got of him in like I want to say 2010, like sitting in a bombed out 50s Americana themed restaurant in Iraq.
Holy shit. Cyber awareness training, but sexier. I'm going to have to watch that later.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, see, there's a photo of him. He had ordered from the PX a Pearl drum set because he's a drummer. And he brought it with him in the convoy to this fucking bombed out 50s Americana themed fucking Iraqi diner. And he's sitting there in full BDUs, full army BDUs, with his M4 leaned up against the drum set, and he's got his like Kevlar helmet and everything on, and he's just wailing on the fucking drums. this like bright yellow pearl drum set. It's fucking crazy. It's the coolest fucking wartime photo I think I've ever seen.
We went from drone strikes to awesome military stories. I guess we're not getting to that that Trump story. We can touch
fuck yeah! We've only got like 5 minutes.
We can touch on it briefly.
Yeah,
I was going to talk about Florida woman if we were going to talk about anything.
Fuck Florida woman. I want to talk about how Trump said that the Federal Reserve is a much bigger problem than China.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
You know what? Let's see how quickly we can run through this. I'm gonna try and read through this real quick.
We have at least until 6.
Oh shit! This is actually really short.
What the hell is the meme? Sometimes all you can do is laugh.
Washington. President Donald Trump says he thinks the Federal Reserve policies are a greater threat to U.S. economic growth than a burgeoning trade war with China. Trump told the Washington Post on Tuesday, "I think the Fed is a much bigger problem than China." Trump adds that he is not even a little bit happy with Fed Chairman Jay Powell, whom he selected last year. The Fed has raised interest interest rates steadily under Powell's leadership, as the central bank has tried to balance promoting maximum employment with controlling inflation. Those decisions have drawn rebukes from Trump, who wants the Fed to focus on economic growth. Trump says, they're making a mistake because I have a gut, and my gut tells... I have a gut. And my gut tells me more sometimes than anybody else's brain can ever tell me.
Fucking... This man is not real.
You know...
He is a
He
holographic
gets appeal to every
projection.
fucking little L libertarian. Well, every libertarian.
Oh
shit.
my god.
Like
I'm not of the orange man bad camp. I don't like the guy. I think he's a fucking blowhard idiot.
Oh, he's absolutely a liar, but any more than any other politician?
But he just won me back. But he wins me back with shit like this.
Yeah.
Constantly. There's like little things every now and then that'll just push through, and it's like.
Okay, fine. I can accept this.
Okay, fuck.
Oh my god.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad at that. I'm still mad at all the other shit, but god damn it. Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
I want to see someone make a poster like, you know how we have like Smokey the Bear is like our spokesperson here in America for like only you can prevent forest fires. I want like a picture of like Trump as Smokey the Bear holding a rake, just saying only you can prevent forest fires.
Well, you know the weird thing about that is there's actually a tool called it's not a Pulaski. I forget what it's called. A McLeod. And it looks very similar to a rake, but it is a firefighting tool.
I mean, no, like I'm not laughing at the whole concept of like cleaning up dry brush to fight forest fires. I just mean his complete misunderstanding of its implementation.
Okay, that is completely fair, and I don't disagree at all.
Okay. So after this article, now I have to defend him on this shit. To be fair, he grew up fucking rich, probably never went camping, has no idea what a forest is, probably hardly even seen a squirrel.
Probably the only time he's ever seen a forest was when he went to Paradise.
Yeah, or flying over
or Camp David,
maybe. But like, here's the thing. One thing you should all know about a lot of coniferous trees, like we have over here on the West Coast, in plenty, is a lot of their pine cones don't actually open and release their seeds without high amounts of heat, so fires are actually necessary for more trees to grow.
Oh, yeah.
So what we need to do is do controlled burns.
Yeah, but the biggest issue...
As fucked up as that sounds, that's actually what we do need to do.
Now, the biggest issue is the fact that we've let the fires go without actually burning for so long. We've hit a point where when they do burn through, it's actually not beneficial because it burns so hot, nothing survives it. Those seeds they do pop open, and then they get burnt to fuck.
Yeah, and everything in this area evolved to survive natural wildfires, but we've done so much quote-unquote prevention. And a lot of this comes from, I think it's like a 1994 California state statute that...
to be fair, we have done a lot to legitimately prevent wildfires. Unfortunately, that's the problem.
Yes.
On that note, I should mention that we are at 9 o'clock. I don't know when the show ends.
We're just about at 6.
It ends when we want it to end, goddammit.
Okay.
Well, as long as we're done before the show!
You're the host of the show, I'm just a guest. You're just a freaking guest. You can leave anytime you want. It's up to you. We'll keep the show going as long as we want. We'll go right over the Saints. I don't give a fuck. Nick,
shut up, Jables. Shut up, Jables.
I'm just kidding.
You went a little bit farther.
No, it's just. I thought I heard someone mention that we were gonna wrap up at 9. I just wanted to remind everybody.
Usually we wrap up at about 6, which would be 9 your time. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that I don't care. I know the main show starts in a half hour.
we have gone over in the past.
I'm sorry. Like I mentioned, for a couple of years I was a fucking local radio DJ, and some old habits die hard.
It's YouTube. There's nothing strict. But with that being said, thank everybody for joining us. We have been your Lesser Saints of Discord. Please be sure to check into the YouTube Saints that are starting in about half an hour. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Rimshee on Twitter if you can find it.
People have found me.
Follow Addy on Twitter, maybe.
I got banned off Twitter, and I don't really fucking care. But I do have an Instagram. Yeah. You may notice that my YouTube username is AddyMonsterRC. That is because I have a severe addiction to 80s radio-controlled cars. It is my passionate hobby. And I do have an Instagram. It's just AddyMonster, all one word. And you can follow my spurging out about RC cars on there.
I gotta ask.
Update, so.
Or I gotta mention that's kind of weird. That's not what I would expect from a transvestite. An RC car addiction. Is anyone else here with me? Is that weird?
Rimshee, you're such a bigot. It's not a transvestite. Transvestites are cross-dressers. He's a tranny.
No, I am a fucking cross-dresser, Jables. Fuck off.
I mean, but am I wrong? Is that not an odd thing? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's fucking cool. But isn't that weird? Isn't that... I shouldn't say weird.
I don't think
unusual.
It's that weird.
Unusual.
I think that anybody of any race, religion, gender, sexuality can be interested in anything that they want to be interested in.
Oh, I'm not saying that they can't. I'm just thinking, isn't that unusual? Not weird, unusual.
I mean...
I may have to follow... I may have to create an Instagram just to follow you now. Holy shit.
Follow Rimshee on Twitter if you can find him. Fucking follow Addy Monster on Instagram. Addy Monster, all one word. Go watch YouTube Saints. Let's have a good night. Let's all go get laid. Let's all go get rocked. Fuck it all. Burn the fucking country down. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.